Yeah, I think well, I definitely agree with you there. It's like the two hardest hurdles, at least in my mind, both from, as I say, like being on both sides of it. Like I've had friends who wanted to start orgs and did, and then realizing, okay, I've half-assed it and it died in 2 weeks. What do I do? Surprised Pikachu meme. Insert here. Um, but like the two hardest parts are like one, branding, like getting a name for yourself, getting yourself out there, and two, funding. Because like you said, one of the biggest draws is like a prize pool, like having an incentive to actually come and participate beyond just, oh, it's friendlies for the fun of it, do it for the game.
Yeah, and I think that's potentially why you need to work at it for as long as, you know, for a long time, because like kind of you need to what was it really important for rewind gaming was just the sense of community, and like everyone knew each other, and so, and like people would be active in the Discord chat outside of tournament times and stuff, like, so, you know, let's say we've got Team A and Team B, they're fairly similarly matched, then Team A would be like, oh, let's beat Team B this week, and Team B would be like, oh, let's beat Team A this week, and you know, stuff like that, like,
yeah,
just,
yeah, you want friendly rivalry.
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, because like, just to kind of touch on it, like the Rewind Gaming server is still active to this day. You know, we still have regulars talking in it. You know, so we obviously did manage to build that community of people.
Yeah.
And they're
Oh wow.
orgs out there.
Sorry, Poison, you broke up a bit there.
Yeah,
So that's my bad internet. Let's edit that out in post.
That's why Poison didn't broadcast for us.
Yeah. No, I was just saying there are lots of orgs out there who I don't think have the same kind of active channels once the actual org stops running events.
Yeah.
So you can kind of prioritize on, like, you either have really quick growth, you know,
Yeah.
where you suddenly get lots of events and lots of people taking part, but the problem with that is it's a really quick drop off as well. Or you can really kind of focus on the quality of your community, and then it's much longer lasting, and I would probably argue a bit more rewarding. You know, it's still really nice to keep in touch with everyone who's still active in the Discord and stuff.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
I think as well, like, one of the things we aimed for was, like, yes, while we didn't have that much money to put to prize pools and stuff, we could at least do the best with what we had in terms of making the tournament good quality, and like, you know, doing things like having a really nice stream and things like that.
We
Like,
took a lot of pride into making sure everything was run perfectly, didn't we?
yeah, exactly.
Like
making
down
sure
to, even
the
down to the
moderators-
moderation, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that was really nice. You know, you want to put all the effort into that, and then
Yeah.
you know, it comes through when people take part and when people watch the streams. You know, you can be a high quality organization, and the event can be high quality without it having a lot of money. And
Exactly.
the other way around, you could pump in £5,000 but have a really terrible stream and awful moderation. It doesn't work.
And it falls apart instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was the one thing that separated from everything else. Is like, again, flipping back to when I competed and shortly after, I think the community, like in any esports org or just anything in general, any online like presence, the community is so important. Well, for two reasons. Because one, you're always going to have like that tight-knit community, and they're always going to be your biggest cheerleaders. Like if you want to grow, that small like group of OGs or like people who are dedicated to it, they're going to be the ones who are going to say to others, it's like, oh yeah, I play with these guys, you should come along, you should check it out, or like, hey, you should watch the stream sometime, I'm playing and appreciate the support. Like things like that. And it's just having a welcoming atmosphere. Like I remember specifically after we lost, I think I lurked in the public chats on the Discord for a bit, and it wasn't like there was no toxicity whatsoever. It's like I was fully expecting to go in there and see, it's like, oh, what kind of matchup was that? These guys were terrible. They were completely out of their league. But there was none of that. It was all wholesome vibes only. To not go staple meme. It's so community.
I think one of the, and I mean, I feel like we are kind of potentially slightly being a bit self-indulgent here.
You're allowed to be. I invited you guys on for a reason.
Oh, but what I think potentially one of the reasons why we ended up with such a good community was because the moderators would set a really good example. Like, we made sure that the moderators, like, you know, we made sure we didn't have people that were likely to get salty. Like, you know, if say one team's been trash talking another, right? You don't want some moderator to just be like, oh well, that's your fault, get out the tournament. You know, you need a moderator that turns up and goes, okay guys, what's the problem and how can I help?
Yeah.
You know, and you know, obviously that doesn't mean you shouldn't, like, if you know, if a team is being really really abhorrent in the chat, you should still kick them out the tournament because they're dickheads. But like, you know, a moderator that's kind of, that feels like they are on your side, I guess, if you're in the right at least. Just kind of really made sure that people realize what they got from us, and hopefully that meant that they would get they would give a similar thing back.
Yeah, just having the right team behind you, definitely.
Oh, and I think another thing I wanted to mention as well was you were saying that like the early community would like be playing in tournaments a lot, but actually I think for Real Gaming and for a lot of other orgs, like the early community ended up running the tournaments. Like,
yeah, you're right.
You know, particularly as we were growing with the weeklies and stuff, it was you know, it was the people that were in the server initially that were behind the tournaments, kind of bringing more people in. Like, I'm not going to start listing people because I would forget, but they know who they are.